Welcome to episode 63 of the Keep Up Podcast,
where a bloomin' onion is only half the battle. Yeah.
What's the scenario?
The onion is bloomin'.
Okay.
And you're halfway through it.
So having it is half the battle, or blooming it?
Blooming it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what's weird? Do onions bloom? I guess they grow, so they must at some point.
No.
No? They just grow.
Because a bloomin' onion looks like a blooming flower, hence the name bloomin'. So
that's why it's called that.
Yeah, but do onions...
I was just trying to figure out if maybe it's even more clever than I thought it was, but it's not, I guess.
It's,
because onions don't bloom, so that's why, but it's blooming when they bloom it, so that's why.
Right.
It's a good name.
But maybe onions do bloom.
I want to get other foods bloomed. I want like a blooming chicken. I just want it to be like...
I mean, technically you could bury anything and it'll grow.
You can bloom anything with
Can
nipples.
you have a chicken flower?
No.
I don't expect like tenders to come out or anything.
Thing you just said?
Well, if you plant anything in the ground, it'll grow.
That is...
Dude.
Not correct.
Archaeology 101. The first thing they tell you.
You can bury anything and it'll grow. I've never heard a least correct statement.
Dude, go plant a chicken.
I wish it were that way.
And give me a couple years.
Plant a chicken? A live chicken?
A live chicken.
You think it would claw its way out? It would die.
Well, yeah.
That's so sad, dude.
Yeah. Chickens, I mean, their fate is just to be eaten.
Yeah.
So
tasty.
So, oh. That's my fate. I want to end up being eaten at the end.
Oh. Noted.
Mm-hmm. Noted. Brett's putting it down. Oh, I stole your drink. Here you go.
Thanks, buddy.
Have your drink. Have your drink drunk.
Yeah, I'll have a drink, and you guys can have the Keep Up Podcast, where I'm Brett and Tim is Tim.
That's me.
And we talk about all the things we consume, be it media or food or this tasty beverage.
Oh. Brought to you by Liquid.
I gotta say right up front.
Yes.
Right now.
Right here. Right now.
Right here, right now. You know that song?
Right here, right
now. I don't know what he says.
I'm at the bottom of every bottle.
That's the Nickelback song?
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Why?
What is it? Creed? Is that what you said? Godsmack?
No,
who was it?
I think it was...
Who sings?
I think the Right Here, Right Now song is like U2 or something like that.
Right here, right now.
No. But it was definitely, I think it was in a car commercial.
Oh.
Right here, right now. And then you sang Nickelback.
I thought he said that in his song.
No,
all of Nickelback. He being one man.
The Mr.
Back.
What I meant to say
right
before that little rabbit trail.
Sure.
Bunny trail?
Rabbit hole?
Rabbit hole, bunny trail.
Yeah.
What's a bunny trail?
Poop.
Is it?
I think so.
Is that what we're referring to?
I'm pretty sure.
When we go off on a verbal tangent? We went off on a bunny poop?
No,
Oh, shit, I'm peeking so much.
Wow.
Sorry, listeners.
Brett's a loud boy.
Dang, dog. I gotta get new headphones. My other headphones broken.
And these new ones are just not...
They're all right, but
they're not
like,
quality.
What I was gonna say is it's almost time for the 5th annual October special.
Which, 5 years?
5 years, baby.
We've been alive?
Yeah, 5 years.
Wow.
We've been alive for 5 years.
That's amazing.
And I'm telling you guys now, because if you don't know how it works, I'm going to tell you. And if you do know how it works, a reminder.
I'm talking to you.
Right.
I mean, I'm not talking, but I'm pointing.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing.
That's right. Tim's pointing to everyone in chat on the stream.
Yes.
Which is what we do when we record the podcast at twitch.tv/collection revolution. So if you're only listening and you want to watch, you can go watch. So I'm bringing it up because we posted our October special promo. And what you're going to do, I'm going to tell you what you're going to do.
Yeah.
You're going to go to our Instagram or you're going to go to our TikTok and you can watch the promo and you're going to comment your recommendations.
For what?
It can be TV, it can be movies, it can be books and comics, it can be music, it can be podcasts, it can be food. And the theme, which we've never strayed from this in October because it's just got to be what it is. But it's
too
just
primo.
spooky themed. It can be something nostalgic. It doesn't have to be something terrifying, but it's something that you enjoy around this time of year. Or it can also be your mic made a funny noise. It can also be like any experiences that you've had that you want to share with us, and we'll tell the story. And this episode, our specials are all generated by the audience. So we watch and read and talk about whatever you send to us.
Yes.
Et cetera, et cetera.
And they always turn out so well because we get such a crazy array of suggestions.
Yeah.
And things that I've never heard of before.
That's my favorite part is we're already generating a list of some things I didn't know existed and some things I've been dying to watch and forgot about.
So now you have a real reason to do it.
Yeah.
Not just life.
Right. Exactly. Not just life and being alive. So the other thing is we are doing a giveaway with this one.
Yes.
A spooky gift bag or box,
Right.
or we haven't decided the package.
US only, I assume.
Yeah. US only.
Yeah.
Yep. US only. So apologies. Is it US only?
I don't know how much it costs to ship things out.
I don't think it has to be US only, actually.
Well, if we can figure it out.
All right, well.
I'm sorry, I put Brett on the spot. But
I'm
he's getting
entering
a phone call from your mother.
My boss, actually.
Oh.
I'm not going to get it.
Okay.
I mean, I'm going to call him back.
Yeah.
Next break, I'll call him
Right,
back.
next break.
You get entered into the giveaway by commenting a suggestion and following the keep up. And if you want an extra entry, then you can tag a friend in the post or you can share it.
Where can they follow us, Brett?
Instagram, TikTok. That's where you need to follow to be entered.
Instagram or TikTok?
Yes, either one.
Okay.
Wherever you comment, follow us there.
Gotcha.
And then you can also find us at the Keep Up Podcast on YouTube. As what? Oh, dog enters the room. And that's across all platforms. And if you want some extra bonuses, you can go to patreon.com/the Keep Up.
Okay.
And that's it. So I just wanted to let everyone know.
Yep.
We got probably another week that you can comment.
Yes, because I believe, because Halloween's on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
On a Tuesday.
On a Wednesday.
Yeah. So next week would be the special, next Wednesday.
That's insane, huh?
Yeah. We got to get to watching stuff.
Yeah, we do. So thank you to everyone who's commented already. We already have a great list generating.
You guys are amazeballs.
Tim, anything you want to talk about before we get into the goodness?
My internet hopefully is better.
Is it fixed?
We hope so.
Has it been good so far?
I brought the modem into the bedroom. I brought it down from upstairs. It's right over there.
Bold move, Cotton.
And we're hardwired. We're plugged in on the computer right now. And they also came in the other day and replaced the wire outside.
They did.
So hopefully, because I'll tell you, man.
Tell me, man.
I have been at the end of all ropes.
Yeah,
if there is a rope that has an end, I'm on it.
You've been very difficult to be around.
Yeah, I truly am a terror. A horror.
Yeah.
A horror.
Wow.
Yeah.
Language.
I just wanted to really emphasize it.
A horror.
But that's it. My life hopefully is better now. Otherwise, I was just in depression and doom.
I remember that. It was terrible.
But no, other than
Back to
that,
back.
I've just been absorbing spookiness.
Yes.
I feel like I'm very spooktacular this year.
That's good. You are. I've noticed that.
Yeah.
Very scary.
Really in my face.
That's where I see it the most.
What about you, Brett?
Nothing to report really.
No. Just living the dream.
Yep, living. I might get surgery soon.
Oh.
But maybe not.
Oh. Well, keep us posted, I guess.
You want to go into TV?
Let's go.
All right.
So you're going to call your boss?
Yeah, you guys mind if I call my boss live on stream?
I don't care.
You're
Teach you, I
going
care.
to take the...
What? Okay. Well, let me know if I need to mute the mic.
No, I think you're good.
Okay.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
If it gets involved, I'll walk away. So you guys are not gonna... Can I pick up?
That'll be the end of it. Merry Christmas.
Not only that, you get one shot.
One opportunity.
If you had one shot.
One moment. No. I'm not taking anything. Maybe a shower.
And...
Nope. You missed it. Oh, he's gone.
Hello? Hey, what's up, dude? Yeah. Yep. No, you're good. Yes. Yes. Yeah, he's got a couple. I was gonna tell him like what kind of room I wanted to look at, because I kind of had one in mind, and then he said he would take care of booking that, which is cool. So, um, yes, yeah, that'll. He said that'll anything that he books will be included in the final. Everything. Yep. You feel good about that? You feel good about that? Cool. Cool. Okay. No, no, that keep it hot track, the one I did with Martin. Yeah, and the yep, and then immediately onto that one after though. I'm hoping I'm gonna get that one mixed and mastered and stuff. But yeah, I have a guy in mind, but I got to reach out to him and see check rates and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, he's just a dude that I found doing some research, and I really like his work. So little different than Martin, but I think it'll do tracks justice. I think it'll be better. A lot. Yeah. I think I like the way this one came out, but I think the other ones have a different energy to them, personally. Okay. All right. Sure. Yeah, I agree with that. Okay. All right, cool. Sweet. Stoked about that, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. Good. Yeah. Yeah, pretty good. Um it's I felt all right today. Um still like sleep's the main thing, but overall doing okay. Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's still a pain, but it's I like yesterday was rough, today was pretty good. It's just like off and on, and so but yeah, I'm feeling okay today, and we'll see how tonight goes. you know. Um I'm not sure actually. Uh cuz I have another, you know, week. Um I was I was thinking maybe
He left us. It's just us now. Back. He's gone. Look at him. He left us. Did you guys like my show? It was my interpretive dance. I call it Max Steel and Bluey. Love at first bite. Ah! It was truly my greatest work so far. I'm working on my sequel. What you see, Brett? What do you see? Who? What? Huh? Brett's like, I've had enough of you. Finally, this is the best part too, because this like stream gets uploaded to YouTube separately. Brett's in the doorway. I don't know what you're seeing. He was, anyways. So they're gonna get this exclusive on the YouTube. They're gonna get whatever the hell this is. What can I do in the meantime? What can I do? Oh, let's look at more Sonic Cookbook foods. Um, so I think for stream, I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna definitely do one of the drinks. I don't know which one I want to do though. Cow Rush. Look at this one. Chow Rush. Oh, I gotta see. Like I don't know, a lot of these are super easy. 5 minutes. This one's got ginger. Ooh, the Vim and Vigor. This is a boba tea. That's a cool pink one. This one looks complicated. It's a 2-pager. Oh, I'm a little far from my camera, so you can't see too much, but let's see what's in this one. Strawberry sauce. Oh, you have to make your own strawberry sauce. And boba. Is it a milk? Hot water. White. Oh, it's a tea. White peony tea. 2 cups of oat milk. Strawberry sauce, ice cubes, boba, whipped cream, and 2 strawberries. Oh my god, it's an 8-hour inactive time. I don't think I can do that. Let's see. Yeah, what's the timing for these? Yeah, this one's 15 minutes. What's in this one? Pomegranate, white grape juice, pomegranate juice, lime juice, sparkling apple juice. Yo, this is an adult drink made for children. They do have a, yeah, they do actually have a difficulty. There's like a, you can see it right up there, the rings at the top. So it's 1 ring difficulty and then 5 for speed, meaning it's a real quick one. So, yeah, I do like the Imperial tea here. It's purple. The pink one would be fun. Oh man, they have a blue. Pure Hydrosity. Where is it? I can't see the camera. Pure Hydrosity. There it is. Yo, Pure Hydrosity. Oh my god, it literally says, yeah, I know hydrosity isn't a word, but it seemed appropriate. I don't know if this is the best pairing for a chili dog and onion rings. This is from Sonic's perspective. What's in this? Mint leaves, blue raspberry syrup, lemon juice, ice cubes, and sparkling water. That sounds, you know, like a drink. Maybe the Pico Pico Slammer. What are you making this? Simple syrup, which I already have, and lemonade. Evil cookies. Eggman makes his own cookies. You know, I didn't see one egg meal with Eggman. I gotta see if we can find that. Family cookie recipe. The Edge of Darkness. What is this on? What's in it? Heavy cream, beans. This one's The Edge of Darkness. Welcome to the Edge of Darkness. I don't know what it is, though. This one's got eggs in it. Cream and a sweet conclusion. The donuts would be fun to make, but they're probably hard. Yeah, difficulty's at 4. I've never made donuts before. Tails has mint candy. 2 hours. It'll be tough. Yo, Sunday Supreme. Oh, God. It's a chip recipe. It's the Sunday Supreme. That's cool that they brought that back. Wow. My name's Chip. I think it was a creme brulee. Yep, I think you're right. This one looks really easy, actually. Strawberries, chocolate ice cream, caramel swirl ice cream, cookies and cream ice cream, chocolate sprinkles. Yo. Desserts. Yum. Timeless comfort food. It's mac and cheese. The golden onion rings. Da, 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 da. The golden onion rings. Yo, I like the crunch on those. Now I want onion rings. I don't even like onion rings. What else? We got Big The Hidden Truth. Pasta. Come on, where's the egg dish? The master meal. Oh my god. This is the most Eggman dish ever. Chicken! The master meal plan. Yo, those fries look great too. Are you making the fries in this one? Kimchi juice, fish sauce, dry mix for frying, baking powder, kosher salt. I think this is just for the chicken. Oh. There it is. I did find an egg recipe. Hi, Brett.
Hey.
We're looking at the Sonic Cookbook.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Jeez, that was like.
You want to make sure you have the things you need.
Yeah, it was good. It was a cool phone call.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of stuff that I didn't expect.
That's okay.
Or not didn't expect. I just didn't know what it was going to be.
But,
and now this is one video you're going to post on YouTube.
Yeah. It'll have me talking about the Sonic Cookbook.
Fantastic.
It's good. Exquisite.
What are we on, TV?
TV.
All right. You watched the new Goosebumps?
I did.
How much?
Just one episode.
One episode.
Because I knew you would, so I was like, okay, let me at least watch one.
100%. Yeah, I was really stoked to watch it.
Yep.
It is on Hulu and Disney Plus.
Yep.
And it has Jason Long in it, who
Mhm.
I love. I've always been a big fan of Jason Long. Justin Long.
I was gonna say Jason.
Yeah. I think I was thinking of Jason Lee, and it's not Jason Lee. So let's start with you. What do you think?
So going into this,
Yeah.
looking at the trailer, you don't really know. I mean, you kind of get a feeling that it's going to be a little more mature.
Yeah.
A little more mature and not an anthology like Goosebumps traditionally is, or at least every episode's different. Which is an anthology. Does it have to be a collection of things in one package?
Yeah, Goosebumps was an anthology.
Yeah, would you call it anthology? I would think it would be like one thing containing a bunch of little stories. But I guess Goosebumps is the grand thing.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah. I don't know
Yeah.
if there's a different term for it.
Series, I guess?
Yeah, just like it was a series with different episodes as
Yeah.
opposed to being like, I guess,
I
serialized.
thought of it as an anthology. Like, what do you call, like, Creep Show?
I don't know. That's the thing.
Or, like, Tales from the Crypt?
They're just like different stories every episode.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Well, we'll go with anthology in this case. But so looking at it, you're like, okay, this could be like one continuous story. It could be an anthology. And right off the rip, you know, it's like, oh, this is like we'll be here for a whole season.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
these people, with this town, with these things. But yeah. So my first impressions after finishing the first episode, I'm pretty optimistic on it.
Yeah?
I thought it started off strong. The characters are, it's a little cheesy.
Yeah.
It's I was a little nervous we'd have another zombie town on our hands.
Yeah.
But so far, I haven't seen it.
It's not Zombie Town, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, I forget if I said, I'm 3 episodes in, and there are some very cringy moments, and a couple that are, like, cringeworthy because they don't make, like, they're trying to push a certain idea or, like, create a moment, and the moment is just so unrealistic. For example, there's a moment at a party where you can tell everyone's supposed to be like looking at this one person, and they're like, they all think that this person is so cool.
Yeah.
But in reality, like, nothing happened in that moment to make it. It was almost like I thought that character was gonna like snap out of it, like they were having a vision in their mind.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. That was just the scene.
That was just them being them.
Yeah, so there's a couple of things like that's kind of cheesy. I do kind of wish it was an anthology.
Yep. That is the one thing I felt.
Yeah.
Other than other things, but like that was by the end of it, I was like, man, I do wish this was, because like the concepts, if you look at the episode titles, they're all based off of different books. And I assume each episode will involve whatever that Goosebumps item is.
Can confirm.
Okay, because the first one was say cheese and die.
Yeah.
And you get a cursed camera and things start happening.
Yeah.
So I like that idea that the objects are following the Goosebumps lore as far as what they do. But I would love a TV-14 version of those stories done more mature.
Me too. It is cool. That aspect so far, 3 episodes in, just has gotten cooler and cooler in my opinion. Good. Like I said, there's still like a couple cringy moments throughout. I think I enjoyed, just as a comparison, the Are You Afraid of the Dark shows that came out like I think last year. There was a new one.
Yep.
I think I would put that above this so far.
Okay.
But this one's still fun, and Justin Long is great. Like he's super funny in it, and he's really good. He's not only a comedic character, but there are some comedic moments, and overall it's fun. And I'm watching it with the kids, and they love it.
Okay, good.
So that's a specific dynamic. But yeah, I'm gonna keep watching. I'm gonna finish it.
Yeah. Yep. I think it's worth the ride through so far.
Yeah.
Again, I'm only an episode in, but Yeah, I haven't been disappointed at least.
I was on the fence after the first episode, so
Okay.
if you're in so far,
Yeah.
I'd say it's a keeper.
Cool.
Stick with it.
Yeah, I can call it a keeper for now until I watch more. But
My guy.
yeah, I have a lot of shows to catch up on. So after this,
So many.
I got to finish Blind Manor. I have 3 episodes left.
Yeah.
And because I dropped that when it initially came out, boring, snore fest.
Good lord.
Now that I'm in a more mature adult state of mind,
Yeah.
and I understand Mike Flanagan, especially because I saw Midnight Mass, nothing will be as slow as that. I can guarantee you.
If you start talking poorly about Midnight Mass, man, I will take another phone call.
Another? Yeah, bro, I was on the phone for 7 hours.
Sorry.
But yeah, so nothing feels slow anymore after that. But Blind Manor really picked up. I'm on, like I said, I have 3 episodes left. I'm on episode 6. So like there's some juicy stuff that happens before that, obviously. But
great.
Yeah, it's getting good. So I'm working on that, and then I really got to tackle Wednesday.
You still haven't seen Wednesday?
I was gonna, and then I was like, well, let me work on this other stuff.
Did you ever watch the Scream series?
No.
Oh man. So they're one of the leads from Scream, the TV series, is in The Fall of the House of Usher.
Okay.
And I was like, where do I know her from? And then I looked it up. She's from Scream, and I forgot about Scream. That's also great.
So
I imagine you're not going to get to it, but
I really want to, because I'm trying to just catch up on all of his stuff. But
I meant Scream.
Oh yeah, Scream.
It's very good.
Yeah. Be a long time, I think.
Yeah.
It's not on the radar. But Fall of the House of Usher, on the other hand, you started it?
Yep.
And is it anthology or is it continuous?
No,
story?
it's one story.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought that was anthology too.
No, sir.
For shame.
It almost plays that way in a way, like in the way that the story is told. It is one overarching story, but the it's a narrative in the way that like there's 2 people having a conversation. One person is telling the story, and each episode is like a piece of the story.
Okay.
So, but I mean, it's not an anthology. It's one. It's one full story.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And so far, it's amazing.
Good.
I have seen some people complain that it's like, oh, it's not as scary as I wanted it to be. But I don't know, like Mike Flanagan has his own flavor.
Yeah.
And I'm not at all surprised about the way that it's written and portrayed. And it's very, to me, hooked me in very aggressively. Like I can't wait to go. I'll probably watch some tonight.
Yeah.
It's very good. And I love seeing the returning actors too. And many of them have roles very unlike anything they had in The Haunting of Hill House, Blind Manor. What was the other one? Midnight Club.
Midnight Mass.
Yeah. Very, very different roles. And so that's always fun to see too.
It's cool to see like the whole team stick with it. Like American Horror Story did it too.
Yeah, exactly. Same model.
Yeah. But I haven't followed that in a while. American Horror Story has gone in like every direction possible.
I've only seen season 1.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
There's a lot to keep up with.
I know.
So.
Been on my list for a minute.
Yeah. What else? We finished Castlevania Nocturne.
We did.
Holy balls!
It's incredible. You know what's funny is when Castlevania came out, it was only 4 episodes, as we've mentioned, and it felt super short. This one's 8 episodes, and somehow also felt way too short.
Did the first season have long episodes? Were they like 40 minutes?
30 minutes.
They were all 30 minutes too.
Yeah, I know.
Me.
But I definitely got like chills and a giant smile on my face in the like final 2 episodes of the show.
Yep.
And I can't wait for more.
Oh, it feels like a tease. Like sure, it was a whole season.
Yeah.
But it just feels like a tease.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was incredible. It was amazing action. Everything we already said about it.
Yeah.
Super keeper.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so beautiful. I just love some of the action scenes, dude, especially in the last episode.
Oh. They go all out. They're like,
watch it again.
I want to revisit the first Castlevania after watching that. I was like, whoo.
Yeah, and they do mention the time period, and it's a very different, like in comparison to the first Castlevania events.
Yeah,
and I guess it's a little spoilery, but well, I won't say who, but there are characters that like you would definitely think these characters know, and they don't even know that those people existed.
Yes,
it's like
which is really bizarre.
It really is, but it's kind of cool because it does this whole like generational thing,
right?
Because we're dealing with the many generations of Belmonts, so it's great. I loved it so much. I think it's probably my favorite animated series.
It's hands down the best video game animated
Oh
series.
yeah,
for sure.
without a doubt.
Mhm. I think I would agree. I'd have to think about it before I say anything, but
I mean,
it's up there.
Turtles notwithstanding.
Right, of course. That's its own category.
Yeah, of course.
But what else in TV? Not too much, I don't think.
Yeah,
for me.
I think that was like Goosebumps was the big one for me
Yeah.
that I was really stoked to see come up. There is another show. I'll throw this out there for anyone who's interested because we only have a couple weeks left in October.
Chucky the TV series.
No, but I saw a clip from that the other day and it made me kind of curious.
He's in the freaking White House now.
Have you seen it?
Oh, I've seen a clip. Like that's what he's in the White House.
It's so funny.
It looks insane.
Yeah, so funny. Yeah, so I was on Hulu because there's a documentary that I'm waiting to come out.
Oh, it didn't come out yet?
It may have. I was looking today. I couldn't find it, but I'm also driving, so I probably should have been on my phone.
Yeah, come on, Brett.
There is a show on there called Fright Crew.
Okay.
And it's a cartoon in the sort of vein of Scooby-Doo.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely watchable with kids. So I want to throw it out there in case anyone's in that situation. You want something a little bit spooky, but it's not like over the top scary or anything like that. I only watched one episode, but it's pretty fun. It's a group of kids in, I don't even know, they're in high school, middle school maybe. And it takes place in New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
And the main character, she's very into like all the legends of the area, and they get detention, and in this town, detention means you have to clean the local graveyard. So there's a supposedly haunted house at the like top of this hill in the graveyard, and our main character, I think her name is Soleil. I'm almost positive that's her name. And she gets dared to go into the house. She goes into the house, and things take place.
Spooky things.
So yeah, Fright Crew on Hulu, cartoon, in the vein of Scooby-Doo. So if you're into that kind of thing, are you looking for it?
I was trying.
Oh, Crew is spelled with a K.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I was like,
weird.
what am I looking for here?
Yeah.
Maybe no.
Huh?
Nothing. One of the characters' name is maybe.
Oh yeah, Soleil. Soleil.
Soleil.
Yeah.
Soleil.
Yeah.
Okay. It looks cool.
It's cool, man.
Mm-hmm.
If you like cartoons.
Dude, who doesn't like
It's got
cartoons?
a youthful energy.
I like the
But I wanted to mention it now because I know some people have like a hard stop. As soon as October's over, they're like, I don't want anything spooky.
Why stop?
I don't know, man.
I guess I started, but
yeah,
in October.
Right.
Started focusing on Scoopy stuff.
You did. On Scoopy stuff.
On Scoopy stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't want to stop.
No. I
gotta finish everything I'm
But
working on.
some people do, and I'm trying to respect their wishes. And
Yeah.
tell you if you want to watch a cartoon.
Yeah.
In that ilk.
In the ilk.
That one's out there.
Fright Crew.
Movies now?
Movies.
Cool.
Doink. How are you?
I'm good. Why?
No, just checking. Making sure you're alive. Exciting. Okay, I put this in front of us, but I think I like it better over here.
I do.
Okay, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like looking over the mic.
Yeah. Much better. Much better.
We got anything in chat? No.
No. They're just listening to us, Brett. They just want to hear us.
What is this? Is that real?
Who is it?
Edward just sent this to us.
Uh-huh.
It's just a wrestling match.
Oh.
Is that real?
I think it is real. Yo, I want to name a good Sonic game.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Name a good Sonic game. Sonic Adventure. Duh. Sonic Adventure 2. Duh.
Are you coming trick-or-treating with us this year?
What are you guys doing?
Trick-or-treating.
Same place.
Yeah.
Don't say where. We can't dox ourselves. We'll die.
Yeah, of course.
Maybe. I gotta see what mom's doing.
Okay.
Probably working, but
All right.
I'd like to. That'd be fun.
Okay.
Ashley says just hanging out. She's just listening. I appreciate it, Ashley.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you for being here. And smelling like beef.
I feel like I rushed to that phone call, and it's bothering me.
See, that's why I asked if you're okay.
I'm fine.
Why do you feel like you rushed through it?
Because I just wasn't like ready for it. I think I was in podcast mode.
Right, and so you were like, "Oh,
And then
this
it
is
was
an important phone call."
Yeah, and it was, yeah.
You want to call him back?
No, it's fine. We talked about all the things.
Yeah.
I feel like I rushed through some answers and maybe was confusing, and I was like talking, you know, Because I was like, I don't know. At least be accurate.
Frogs. That's true. Ashley wouldn't smell like beef. She'd smell like frogs.
You said she smelled like beef?
I'm just saying she's just sitting there smelling like beef.
What could be more important than the podcast? I know. That's the thing. That's why I got thrown. I was like, how dare an interruption come
How
to me?
dare something stop this brothership? That's what they call it. Blast, welcome in, buddy.
What's up, buddy?
Sup? We're just about to talk about movies.
I don't know what my brain is trying to focus on right now.
Focus on what you need to focus.
I bet I screwed up something in that conversation.
And your brain's trying to figure out what you screwed up on?
Trying to tell me what it is, maybe?
Well, we recorded half of it on here, so. Hey, yo!
I feel like I misrepresented myself or something.
Brett, come on. You're selling your soul. You got to make it good.
It's true. You know what it was? Doesn't matter. All right, movies. You ready?
Okay, I guess we're going to movies.
I've watched some movies.
I'm going through puberty. My name's Brett.
We have a lot of movies.
We got so many movies. I'm going to hit you, and now I'm going to tell you about a movie.
I want to hear about... Yeah, tell me.
I'm going to tell you.
What is it?
I saw a movie in the theater called Saw X.
I feel like it's 10.
It's Saw X because it's extreme.
It's pronounced Socks.
Socks. So I have been watching Saw since my wee little youth.
Yes, that's true.
I think the first one came out in 2004. Puts me at 9.
9 years old.
9 years old.
Perfect
time to watch it. Yeah. I remember watching them when I was young, and I remember them coming out and going to the theaters to see them. I don't remember the first one I saw in theaters though. Because I can't imagine I saw Saw at like 12 in the theaters.
No.
I had the ticket for Saw 6. 6, yeah.
Did you? I know you were watching them again this year. Did you make it through all of them?
I did, yep.
Really?
Yep, I watched them all. Wow. I watched one every night. I was like, okay, 1, 2, 3, you know? And yeah, it's still, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's nostalgia or just I just enjoy the violence, but it's a fun series to go through. Yeah. It's a little bit like the Fast and the Furious where it's like, as you go, you're so deep into the insanity that something that if anybody were to watch the latest movies, they'd be like, this makes no sense. But when you're in it, you're like, of course, it's that guy who's been here. He was like a background character in the second movie. Like, it's insane.
That's a really funny comparison, but I get it.
And that's what it is. It's the horror movie equivalent.
Yeah.
It's the modern day, like, older slasher film.
Sure, yeah.
You would get Friday the 13th 1 through 20. You'd get, Halloween 1 through a million. So it's just keeping that tradition alive. And I could see how they make so many because they're just so fun if you're into it.
Yeah.
If you're really there.
That's great.
Saw X or 10 is that one. It's Socks.
Yeah.
You know what the thing is? I don't want to call it Saw 10 because what they consider Saw 9 is not Saw 9 Spiral, which was the one with Chris Tucker. I always get the Chris Rock, right? Chris Rock, and that movie was balls.
Yeah,
it was so bad.
Hear anything good about it?
But they consider it part of the canon because it takes place, I believe, years after the last one when the last one ends.
Okay.
So this one is a midquel, if you will. It takes place between 1 and 2.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, so it's not even like a new it's a new story, it's like a sub story.
That's interesting.
But it really focuses on Kramer, which aka the Jigsaw Killer, the main guy, the main crazy dude throughout the whole series. So it's just like it's just like a misadventure.
Yeah.
Like just it's focusing on him and just specific aspects of his brain, I guess.
Okay.
So it gives you a deeper insight on just him because his character is put sporadically throughout the original series. So this is cool to have a whole movie where it's like really focused.
Oh, that is cool. Yeah.
Without going into spoilers, anyways. But yeah, so this is a great return to form. It doesn't feel like a cash in. It doesn't feel cheap. It doesn't feel like, hey, we're gonna make a Saw movie with the name. Like,
sure,
it truly feels like a good, solid horror movie.
Really?
Yeah. It's
the kills.
They're probably some of the best in the series.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because the craziest thing is the level of violence from the originals to now. Violence has changed so much.
Yeah.
As far as what's acceptable or what's too extreme.
Yeah.
Like in the original, there are definitely some brutal kills and some gross stuff. But like in the new one, and not to spoil any of the kills, and this won't be a spoiler, but there is a time where someone's like grabbing guts and using it as a rope. And you don't see that in any of the other ones.
No.
And I feel like that's pretty extreme compared to the classic ones, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So they're definitely, it's interesting to see how violence transforms over the years.
Yeah. And if there's any series you can watch and like see that change happen gradually, it's
that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it had at least two traps that made me cringe and like
really
like shuffle in my seat.
So,
you know, it's got some good stuff in there.
For sure.
Yeah, and as a fan, it's excellent. As someone who just enjoys horror movies, it's a great watch. You could watch it without the other movies, but it definitely, some points will fall flat on you.
Okay.
So if this is like your first one you jump into, you definitely can get through with just the story they tell. But the characters, you know, there are some emotional moments that won't mean anything if you don't know who they are.
Right.
But it doesn't really like reintroduce them because it is like the 10th movie. But such a keeper.
Yeah, they're like, if you don't get it by now,
it's like just good luck.
All right.
But such a keeper, I would say there was like one glaring weird point by the end, but if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. But otherwise, I can't really think of any qualms.
Was the weird point something that will like, is it a story thing that you didn't like, or?
Yeah, it's just like it's kind of like a setup for a sequel, but you can't have a sequel because it's a midquel.
Oh, weird.
When it takes place, I'm like, okay, if it was like, again, not to go into spoilers, so I won't say too much.
We're gonna start getting like Final Fantasy numbering.
It's
like Saw X2,
right? Because that's what we need. So I don't know, like, I just don't know what their plan is with that because it's so glaringly like, oh, okay, so I don't know. It's not the direct ending or anything. It's just like a weird thing where I'm like, I feel like they need to resolve that, but I don't know. Maybe they plan on doing more.
Weird.
Yeah. So, but it was good. It's got an after credit scene.
Ooh.
So stick around for the credits. Everybody in our theater left except for me and my friend
No
Nick.
way.
And it had an after credit scene. I'm like, you fools! Have you not been to a movie
in the last 10 years, 12 years?
Also, this is a side note. So strong keeper. Go see Saw X.
Love that.
Our local theater, I won't say what it is, but you know the one that's always dead, that has like half a person working. That's a junk theater. We went there, had no idea this movie was out. The theater itself was packed to the brim. We legit had to park where you drive in at the end.
For Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift.
No way.
Her new movie. The theater, the line literally went outside. We had to wait outside to get our tickets for Saw. Because the Swifties came over.
That's crazy. Because guys, when we tell you this theater is dead,
you can walk in without buying a ticket and walk into any theater. They don't care.
There's nobody. There's one like 15-year-old kid who doesn't know he works there.
You can literally pull up your phone with nothing on it and be like, "Oh, I got my ticket." And he's like, "Go ahead."
Yeah, this is my Instagram. He's like, "All right, go ahead, Theater 4."
It's so funny.
I've been in there before and been like not sure if they're open. Like the lights aren't on. Last time we went, the popcorn machine wasn't working.
Broken.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was pretty bad. They were going to like Market Basket and buying popcorn. Like, it's weird. So that's insane to think that they had. I can't imagine what it was like working there that day.
Oh my God. They had 7 people on.
Wow.
Yeah. They had 3 people working tickets and then a bunch of people for snacks and stuff.
It's probably a legacy lineup. They called people who don't work there anymore. They're like, it's a big one, guys.
Seen the old favorites coming back.
The reunion.
Cameos. But they were all wearing Taylor Swift shirts. Some were dressed up as cheerleaders.
Wow.
All age ranges too. I saw as young as like, 5 or 6 all the way up to like 40. Like it was mostly women. There were, I assume, some poor boyfriends who got tagged a lot, who got pulled into it. I mean, Taylor Swift's music isn't bad, but it's just a concert?
Yeah, it's the Eras tour, and I heard today that it did. I can't remember the number.
I think it was like 92 million, right? Opening weekend.
Yep. And which outplayed
I know
Justin Bieber's. I think what was it called? Say anything tour. It was another theater release, and she blew it out of the water by like $30 million or something.
I am gonna quote me here, and I think I said this last time we talked about it. This movie's gonna be the best performing movie of the year. I think so.
Oh yeah, I think so.
I think it'll crush Barbie.
Yeah, which that kind of bums me out a little bit.
Yeah, it feels like not fair.
Yeah, because it's a different medium,
right?
But brought to film.
It's like a crossover, but with mediums.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, I think it's very cool. And they used to do, I was listening to an interview with someone recently, I forget who it was, but they were talking about old concert films that they saw in the theater. And there aren't a lot of them anymore, but like AC/DC had one. I think the Rolling Stones had one. And they would be like big, like one night only, this Saturday night in theaters across the country, they would play this concert film. And there was one, it might have been in the Dave Grohl biography. He was talking about, well, I guess it's called, I think it's called Stories. I forget. It's a book that it's kind of autobiographical. It's just Dave Grohl telling awesome stories. He was talking about go to the AC/DC one and how they actually set up like a live PA. It wasn't just the regular theater speakers.
Yeah.
They set up like a concert PA and played it through that.
I was gonna say, if you're going for it, like the theater audio quality can be good.
Yeah, but it's not like concert good.
Yeah.
Especially in that theater.
Have you ever seen any like concert movie?
Nothing in the theater. I have seen, I used to buy like videos of and DVDs of concerts I'd either been to, like tours I'd been to, or like festival shows, stuff like that. So I have a bunch at home, like the Hellfest DVDs are some of my favorites, if anyone's familiar with those. But I've never seen anything like that in the theater.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it does feel a little bit like for something as big as Barbie or Oppenheimer to be outperformed by something that's technically like a music event.
Right.
Feels a little bit like, oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah, like come on, let the movies have it.
How's that work at like Grammys and stuff?
I assume it's not factored in.
Yeah,
because generally I don't think movies that perform like financially well, because like Avengers, for instance,
right,
they weren't up for anything at the
that's true. That's true.
Oscars.
We're just talking money, basically. Yeah.
But Grammys, I don't know how are the Grammys determined. Is that same as the Oscars?
Did I say Grammys?
You did.
I meant Oscars.
Oh, okay.
My bad.
Well, because I took it as Oscars, but I was like, wait, he said Grammys.
Yeah, that's my fault. Yeah, and you're right. It's going to outperform it, which is a little bit annoying because you almost have to be like, oh, which movie did the best that year? And it's like, well, technically, the Eras Tour did best, but if you cut that out, then it's Barbie,
right? Then you just look, but it might not. I mean, who knows?
It's always gonna.
It's gonna. I know, but I like to believe.
Although I don't know, man. I went to a theater not long ago, and people were still going to see Barbie like fully dressed up.
Yeah,
and I'm like, all right, that's still
Barbie.
happening. Like,
I think that's still in the theaters now too.
Is it?
Yeah,
that's insane.
I want to say because
that's so crazy.
Yeah, if you look at the AMC website, they just like. They have so many cool things on there, like just movies and stuff. I'm like, oh, I want to see that and that and that.
Yeah.
But it's usually at AMCs that are not close to us.
Right.
They're always like the weird ones. But what did I see the other day? They do these like $5, not Tuesdays, but just $5 classic films. And they were doing the Matrix trilogy.
Cool.
They did each Matrix. I was like, oh, for $5, I'd love to see at least the first one. Well, the second and third too.
Yeah, I'll watch them.
But yeah, it's like it just makes me want to be more aware of movies because I would love to see some in the theaters. On the big screen that I never got to catch originally.
That's like I remember we talked about it last year, but there was a theater in I think it was in Boston or Cambridge where they did all of the Friday the 13th movies.
Oh yeah,
Friday the 13th. Yeah.
Do you think they did it this year?
I don't know. Actually, probably.
We had a Friday the 13th just
in
recently.
October. Yeah.
I pulled it up right now. So what's the $5 movie right now? Can't find. Oh, Turtles Mutant Mayhem.
I'd go see it again. I haven't watched it yet since it's on Paramount.
Oh, you haven't? They have Blue Beetle. That's not. Oh, they got the Dragon Ball Z movie.
Oh, that's fun.
Hunger Games is back. Some random stuff.
Yeah, what is that?
Oh, my favorite.
Oh yeah, that's the new A24. Oh, my favorite.
When I thought that was Evil Dead, but
I did too.
Yeah. So Taylor Swift's taken over the world.
Yes, we know that
because that's the type of movie that they will see multiple times.
You think so?
Stuff. I think so.
Yeah.
Did you see there's a video that was going around where the theater had like a big opening in the front and all the fans listening to the Taylor Swift music are all holding hands and chanting in a circle, running around, and people are like, I think this is a cult.
Yeah, that
Ashley brought it up in chat. It's creepy.
That sounds scary.
Yeah, it looks like it's straight out of Midsommar.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all just spinning and chanting.
I will say the reason that this is like a brilliant release is because that tour was so ridiculously difficult to get tickets to. So now they're going to make all the money from the people who didn't get to go to the tour who are now seeing it in theaters. Right. Which is just, I mean, the amount of money.
It's smart.
It's crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah. Wow. I heard some numbers the other day that she generated going through certain towns, and it's just like it doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
It's like there was one I think show or like a weekend of shows she did that was like she could have funded like a small country. It's just like absolutely insane how much she was making.
Shoot, I don't. This is gonna be morbid. She feels like the type of musician that's gonna have a tragic demise.
Wow, that is.
I know
morbid.
it's morbid, but she's flying too close to the sun, Brett.
she's got too much.
Too much. It always happens when they're on top of the world.
Wow.
I hope not. I hope she does great.
Me too.
And lives
people
forever.
are gonna suspect you now. It's crazy.
I don't know. It's too
Flying too close to the sun.
That's what she's doing.
She seems kind of down to earth.
That's the problem. When they're normal.
You can't get close to the sun when you're down to earth, Tim.
All right, Brett. You're writing her next song.
Bars.
Oh shoot.
Yeah.
Well, to get off this morbid topic, what have you been watching, Brett?
Oh my gosh, is it a horror movie?
Is it a horror movie?
One thing I was gonna talk about. So, I'm gonna sneeze. I think. Maybe not. Oh, I think it's gonna happen. Where's the light? Yeah,
Above us.
I gotta catch it.
Oh God! There's so much blood.
Got it. I watched a movie recently. Called The Machine. And it is based on a stand-up bit.
Peek?
Huh?
I looked like I peeked. It went red.
Yeah. You did a little bit.
Okay.
You're fine.
Cool. Sorry. Anyways, do it again. Ready?
Yeah. So I watched a movie called The Machine. You peeked.
I did. Okay.
No, you didn't. It's based on a stand-up bit by stand-up comedian Bert Kreischer. I am a huge stand-up fan, so I watch a ton of stand-up. I listen to a lot of podcasts with comedians, and I had heard them talking about this movie coming out leading up to the release, and Mark Hamill's in it. It's a crazy cast, and the story, if you guys are unfamiliar, is that he went, when he was in college, he went to Russia and got for school, but got caught up with the Russian mafia on accident. And so
happens to all of us.
Yeah, of course. So the story is hilarious. If you've never seen it, it's definitely the special that he told that story in, which I believe is actually called The Machine. I think. Definitely brought him to like a new level of popularity. Like everybody started hearing about him, and the bit is just, the story is insane. So this is a movie based on that story. And in the movie, it's one of those things where he plays himself, and that special exists. And Mark Hamill plays his father, who doesn't really get it. Like, he doesn't really get why people care to hear his stories or pay him to be on stage. Something happens in this movie where, because of what he did in Russia back when he was in college, the Russian mafia is looking for him now. And it becomes this action comedy, primarily focused on Bert Kreischer and Mark Hamill. And it's pretty fun. Like, I thought it was a pretty fun movie. It had a couple really funny, like, memorable scenes. And it made me realize, like, there aren't a ton of comedies coming out anymore. Like, there are movies that are funny, but there aren't a ton of comedies. Like, I was watching this and I was like, I don't feel like I've seen a movie like this in, like, what's the last comedy you can think of that you watched?
It's funny because when I think of comedies, I think of like 2000 stuff.
Right.
Like, yeah, recent comedies, lots of Adam Sandler stuff.
Everything I've seen has been like Netflix originals. I haven't seen a big comedy release in the theater for a while. There was that one that came out with Jennifer Lawrence, but I didn't go see it.
The No Hard Feelings?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one looked,
Yeah, but even that, I was like, I don't see a lot of trailers. Like, there was a period of time where it was, all the Judd Apatow stuff.
Yeah.
It was Knocked Up. It was super bad. 40-Year-Old Virgin, like a huge stretch. And then there was Anchorman. I watched Dodgeball recently, and those are all like 20 years old.
Yeah, you're right. It's like, when I think of anything, most of it looks stupid. They had that like Stray Dog one where it was like Will Ferrell and Jamie Foxx, and they were like dogs that could talk.
That looked not good.
To me, it looked dumb. Yeah. So like the ones that I can think of all seem really dumb.
Yeah. That was the thing, like, watching this one, I was like, wow, this feels different. Other than I had just watched Funny People, which was incredible. But that's an older movie too. So I was watching this, and I would say it's a keeper. It's a fun movie. If you like comedy, if you're a stand-up fan, I'd say you should definitely watch it. And there are some of the action scenes, one in particular is so great because it's just ridiculous. Like, there's, to give you kind of an idea of how, of like the tone. First of all, there's this woman that plays alongside Burt throughout the majority of the movie, and her action scenes are legitimately like good
stuff.
They're like John Wick. Like, I was like, damn, these are actually like really good. We always bring up John Wick. That's my bad.
You know, it was funny. I was watching, there was a trailer for some action movie coming out, and I swear every movie has it nowadays from the producers of John Wick.
Really?
I'm like, it doesn't mean anything anymore.
It's enough.
What was it? Oh, it was When I Saw. There was a trailer for, it's that Christmas movie from John Woo. Have you heard about this?
No.
I forgot what it was called, but John Woo's doing a new movie where this guy, like, his family gets, I don't know if they're murdered or attacked or whatever, and he gets, like, shot in the throat and he can't talk, but the whole movie is silent. I think it's called, like, Silent Night or something like that.
It should be.
But he can't talk, and he's just going and killing everybody, getting revenge for his family. But
I mean, that's just a John Wick plot, but
right.
I'm here for it. That sounds great.
But the first thing that pops up from the producers of John Wick, I'm like, stop it.
See, it's not our fault.
It's not.
It's being forced on us.
As great as John Wick is, like, stop. And the producers are so, like, not.
Yeah, what do?
They give you money and, like,
give you some money.
They're like, I've seen John Wick.
Yeah,
I was part of it.
I was there when someone said John Wick.
But anyways,
yeah,
the action is that level, you would say.
Yeah, like, they're just surprisingly like, oh, this is like well choreographed. Like, there's nothing phoned in about it. It's like very, very good action scenes. And then there's also like there's an action scene that's equally like as cool, and the effects and the choreography is great, but like someone lights a cigarette with a machine gun at some point. Like, it's that level of
how does that even work?
That kind of comedy where it does enter the realm of like 90s Adam Sandler madness.
Okay.
You know? But the reason I wanted to bring it up, I would say it's a keeper. It's a fun movie. There's a scene where I like teared up, and I just find myself being like emotional at the weirdest stuff and I can tell you why in this movie. It's always like some kind of moment. This is the weirdest thing. Definitely moments of triumph.
Okay.
Like, I can like, if there's someone trying to overcome something, which is like, obviously it's a plot in like a lot of movies, but I revisited I'll just do this every now and then, but I revisited the last 3 rap battles in 8 Mile the other day on YouTube. And like, there's almost like no greater moment because of how like abused he is throughout that movie than when he triumphs in a realm that's like not violent. It's all skill based.
Yep.
It's so anyways, I was watching that and I was like, man, this stuff legit makes me emotional. Like, someone just being so good at their craft, like this artistic achievement. So I want to tell this story because I'm watching, like I said, I listen to a lot of comedy podcasts. So I listen to Two Bears, One Cave a lot with Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer. And so I heard him talk about the movie a lot. And there's a scene in the movie where it's an action scene with Bert involved. And it's so ridiculous. And I felt emotional and like I'm so happy for him.
You're just proud.
Yeah, like, I have no connection, but just as like an artist and a creative, like, I'm watching and I'm like, I got taken out of the movie for a minute and I was thinking of Bert Kreischer as the person.
Yeah.
And I was like, he really got to make this movie. He really got to be in this movie with Mark Hamill. Yeah. And he's doing all these things. And like, I just felt like so stoked for him.
I think, no, that's a great thing. I think that shows how powerful he is as a creator.
Sure.
Like, that he made such a strong connection with you just through the stuff he makes.
Yeah.
And the fact you felt so emotional, I think that's great.
I think a lot of it too is, like with podcasting, you hear a lot about like some of the stuff we've talked about.
Yeah.
If we ever got to make or make things on the level or be on the level of certain things that we've discussed before. It would be like this kind of triumph story.
Yeah.
Because we've been doing this for so long, and it would just feel like crazy. And I would definitely get emotional about that. So it's like when I see other artists like achieve things that they've talked about or always wanted to do, I get like, I'm like, hell yeah, dude, you're doing it. Like,
You did it, brother.
So it was just a funny thing about me. Like, there are just these like scenes that I'm like, nobody cried at this scene. Nobody on the planet
Maybe he
watched
did.
this scene. He probably did.
Yeah.
But it's his movie.
No, I think
it's so funny.
Dude, I think you're totally fine.
Oh, I'm fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am fine.
I think it's okay to be emotional. It's okay, Brett.
It better be.
It better be.
Yeah.
I have no interest in seeing the movie, I'll be honest.
Yeah. So that's another thing that's interesting about it is if you don't have any, a lot of my draw to see it was my connection to him and his stand-up and his podcast, and like interested to see him in an acting role.
Yeah.
And
has he not been in anything else?
I think he has.
Just nothing like.
Maybe I'm wrong though. I don't know if he's ever been.
I recognize him, but I don't like. I can't point him out in like any other movie.
Yeah, I mean his lane is stand-up. Like that's where he's known, and that is largely the audience for this movie. Which that's just a really interesting thing.
Yeah.
You know, like,
that it's like specific, like Taylor Swift. Like,
yeah, it's kind of similar to that.
Of people who will go and see it.
Yeah,
but maybe it did well. I mean, maybe like you said, a lot of people are missing those type of comedies, and so they went and saw it. I don't
know that it was in theaters very long.
I remember seeing 1 million trailers for it.
Yes, I did see the trailer a lot.
It's on Netflix, right?
Yes,
The Machine.
It is on Netflix.
I'm gonna see what it made. But Strong Keeper. Reviews are rough for it.
Yeah.
Not a lot. 37 Metascore total. But it only has 7 reviews, which is brutal.
Oh, weird.
But people like it. 5.8 out of 10, so a little better.
Yeah, a little better. I mean, that's about. I'd probably give it a 6 or 7.
Yeah.
It's not a perfect movie by any means, but if you're looking for a comedy, it's pretty fun. And I will say too, like for the first. It took some adjusting for the first like 10, 15 minutes because I think partially because I know him as a stand-up.
Yeah.
So him playing himself and making like quippy jokes, like scripted jokes, some of which aren't as punchy as his stand-up, was like an adjustment I had to make.
Okay.
Because there are some stand-up jokes, like of course he's not gonna make in the movie. I don't know. That's hard to explain, I guess. But it's a little bit of a different genre of comedy or a different medium, you know. But yeah, if you enjoy comedy, I would say it's a fun watch, especially with some friends. It's a fun watch.
So it made barely broke even.
Yikers.
So gross in the US was 10 million. Worldwide gross was also 10 million.
Wow.
So budget was 20 million. Estimated.
Rough.
Yeah.
It's not great.
Opening weekend, international, domestic, yeah. I mean, breaking even is fine.
Tries to put a positive spin on it.
It's fine.
That sounds like such low numbers nowadays.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was thinking about it the other day, how astronomical these movies are that it costs to make them. $250 million.
Crazy.
I remember when Spider-Man 3 was the most, and I talk about it all the time.
That's right.
Was like the most expensive movie at the time. I wonder what it was. Hold on. Spider-Man.
It's probably like $100.
I think it was like 100 million or something.
Yeah.
Let me see. It's probably like 250 million or something. Yeah, so it's 258 million at the time. And that was the most expensive movie ever. The year it came out.
Do we know?
I can't even imagine. Yeah. It's got to be Avengers, right?
Probably.
Avengers Endgame.
Probably.
Let me see. What do you think the budget was for that?
Oof. I don't even know what's reasonable. I would say it's similar, honestly.
Yeah, it's not
300?
356 million.
All right. Only $100 million more. No big deal.
Only. But now looking at this, I actually think The Machine only got 10 million total. Total. Because they're saying opening weekend was 357 million. So opening weekend, they made their whole budget back for Avengers. And then their gross was 858 million. Oh, yeah. And then worldwide gross was 2 billion. Okay, so that's the total of everything. 2.7 billion. So, yeah, it did make 20.
It made 20.
Yeah.
It broke even.
Yikes.
So what is so interesting about that, though, he sells out stadiums as a stand-up.
So I wonder how much those make.
So apparently,
not millions, but
so much. Though.
You think millions?
On a tour?
Yeah.
Selling out stadiums, like, across the country? He's coming home with millions for sure. But what's crazy is, like, obviously the stand-up crowd doesn't translate to... like they couldn't make more than 20 million in years.
That's
like,
true.
Going to see the movie.
That's weird. Are there people who enjoy him enough to go see the like live shows, but not to go see the movie?
Must be. I mean, just more in a stand-up than movies. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's so weird. I was like, because I felt like it didn't do great because they weren't talking about it a lot on the podcast.
Yeah.
They were before it came out, and then they just didn't really.
And then it was
So unless I missed an episode or something, which is possible, but
yeah.
I would say like I think the around 6.5 that is probably my rating too. It's not like, and this is hard because I don't know if this is an age thing or not, but like to me the most memorable comedies. It's actually a pretty wide span actually. Maybe the first 20 years of my life. They range from like Billy Madison to Tommy Boy, Happy Gilmore, and then later it was.
And remember those like late 90s?
Anchorman. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it was like Superbad, Anchorman, Dodgeball. Those are all, and the reason I bring those up, incredibly memorable, tons of one-liners.
It's
right?
still to this day people are quoting it. It's part of like American culture to quote these things.
And that's something that I don't think I found in this movie. Like I couldn't tell you a joke that I remember from it.
You know, I think a big thing about it is there's so much content out there that it's really hard. Like we'll get the rare Wednesday, Stranger Things, the big movies, stuff like that. But yeah, there's just like there's not the same level of lack of content where everybody's like, okay, well, this is the only comedy out.
Everybody watches the same thing.
Right.
And then I wish I could give credit to where I was just listening, but I can't remember. I do too much driving for work and listen to too
There's too much content, bro.
Yeah, exactly. But they were talking about how it used to be the only time you could watch whatever show, like let's say Buffy, Sunday night at 8:30 or whatever. If you watched Buffy, that's when you had to see it. Either that or you missed it, and then everyone talked about it the next day. So it like that stuff solidifies in your brain more. And like when Anchorman was out, me and my friends watched that like once a week.
Yeah, it's just like it's because you start learning the jokes, you start getting inside jokes of your own life from it.
Yeah.
The last time I can remember something being that big that I was like following at least was Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
I think that really took over the world, and Stranger Things have done it. Walking Dead was for a while.
Yeah, it was.
We've hit things like that. But
they're rare now.
They're rare.
It's not just like whatever's on TV everybody knows about.
Because there's just too many services.
Yeah.
So some people will be Netflix only. And usually that has the most popular stuff. But like they had a whole new Star Wars show, Ahsoka, come out.
Yeah.
And a ton of people didn't see it.
Yeah.
Because there's just like a million other things.
People are spicy about Disney Plus, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
don't like it.
They don't really like it very much. I don't know why I have fun with it.
Yeah, I don't know what the big deal is. But because I forgot to mention it in TV, and it's definitely worth mentioning. James Wan.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
His company. I don't know. They keep saying James Wan's, what's it called? Atomic Robot? Is that his production company? Because he's not directing it or anything.
Right.
But speaking of Disney Plus, it's a show. It's not a movie. It's a live action Gargoyles show. Yeah. It's going to be on Disney Plus.
Let's talk about how it's freaking live action. That's crazy.
I always said I wanted Guillermo del Toro. So I don't know. My big thing is like, what are they going to look like?
Are they going to be CG or practical?
I feel like it's going to be CG.
They got to look good though. Because the worst thing is Gargoyles is at night. And when you do CG at night, things look rough. Yeah. So as long as they can, but I've seen good CG. Yeah. Thanos looks great.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they have Disney money, so it's not like.
Yeah, but we've seen that doesn't always do the trick.
Right. We've seen She-Hulk. So I don't know. It's cool though.
It's very cool. I just can't believe it got announced because how many times?
Oh my God. So many times it's come up like
have we talked about it over the years? Just being like
a reboot, live action. Again, I just, my brain is not ready to comprehend whatever they're going to show.
No. Let me see. I wanted to get some names in here.
And the game's coming out in a couple days, the remaster.
Oh, really?
Tomorrow.
Oh, yeah?
But yesterday, if you're listening to the podcast on Friday.
Gary Doberman.
The 19th.
They collabed on Annabelle. Oh, all the Annabelle movies, I guess. Okay. James Wan's Atomic Monster.
Yeah.
So that's just exciting that's happening.
Yep.
Gargoyles is still one of my favorite animated series, and
I gotta watch that too.
It's great. Dude, just throw on a few episodes and like it holds up right from the jump. It's so good. I'll really like it. What else did we put in, or what are we supposed to talk about?
Trick or Treat.
You gotta tell me. You finally saw it.
So after all these years.
This is a well-revered horror anthology film.
Yes.
It's been out for what? I don't know, 5 years? It's not that old.
Dude, 2008.
Holy balls. I have lost track of all time.
Time doesn't make sense anymore.
It's been out for 15 years.
Yep.
I was 10 years.
2007.
I was 11 years.
I to make it even worse.
Wow.
Yes.
5 years. I'm just taking shots in the dark. Who knows? It's been out. It came out last December.
Yeah, dude. It came out this year. It's still in theaters.
I probably watched it 5 years ago.
Yeah, that probably that tracks.
This is one of the more recent, like, Sam is a horror icon that gets added to, like, the portraits of all of the horror, monsters. And I think we talked about Art being one of the newest ones.
Right.
But Sam's relatively recent too.
Yep, Sam shows up a lot, I feel like. So yeah, I don't know why I missed it. I just never got around to it, I guess. So
I was years late too.
Yeah. So shut up, everyone out there yelling at me.
Relax.
So yes, this is Trick or Treat, which is it's anthology-esque, but it's all interconnected.
Yeah.
It's one overarching narrative, but it is individual stories. It was great.
You loved it?
It was so good.
It's so good, right?
Yeah, I wanted more from the first story. It was cool.
I could have taken more from that. Yeah.
It felt very Tales from the Crypty, like how it ended up and everything. I was like, cool. And that's the thing about it all being connected is elements from that do appear in later stories.
Yeah.
So you do get like some bits and pieces, but
it's a borderline cold open.
Yeah.
The way it plays, like it's short and sweet, but it could have been long and sweet.
Right. It could have been long and sweet. But yeah, you know what this is? It is the equivalent of like L for Nightmare Before Christmas, but for Halloween.
Yes. Yeah.
It's a Halloween movie.
It's an annual watch.
Right.
Yep.
It just because it encompasses the spirit of Halloween and like anything that happens in this movie is because based on like Halloween tales and folklore and things you don't do or you do for Halloween.
Right. What are the rules?
Right. But yeah, so it is it's great all the way through. Every story that they tell is good. Has some cool twists, interesting story developments. There are practical effects that are goofy, but I appreciate them.
Yeah.
I think it was the third story that the one with the women.
What? Oh, there were practical effects in that you thought were goofy?
Well, like it's goofy, but like I'm glad they did practical and not make it easy.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So that one and I think the school bus are my favorite stories.
I really liked the old man. That story.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That one's cool. And yeah, the teacher principal guy.
Yep.
But all of them, seriously, they all had strong horror elements. This is very R-rated.
Yes.
You get some pretty intense moments.
Yeah, it's very R-rated, but it has it's charming.
Right.
Like it's funny. It has moments of like that. It's so weird to me how, intertwined horror and comedy are, but this one does it in a way that is it's like it belongs there.
Yes.
Like there's a humor that is only because of how terrible the things that are happening are. But it's a good watch.
Yep.
I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, it was.
I can't believe you finally saw it.
I know. I'm sad. I missed it for so many years.
That's all right.
Because this is a fun one you put on the background while you're carving pumpkins or something.
Yeah. I watched it this year as my second watch, and it is fun to revisit.
Yeah,
I like it a lot. Trick or Treat.
Trick or Treat. Yeah, there's just go see it. It's great. Sam's cool. We got more of Sam in that than I thought we would.
Yeah,
I thought Sam would have ended up being more of just like a background character, and they are for most of it. But,
yeah, you can find if you are interested, Sam's origin is actually in an animated short.
Oh, cool!
And you can find that online. And then I want to say there was a short live action before this movie came out, but definitely an animated short is the first time Sam ever showed up.
I gotta check that out.
By the same director and everything.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
So I hope they're doing a sequel because when you look up Trick or Treat 2 pops up.
Really?
But there's nothing about it. It's just a sequel in development. So I don't know if it'll ever happen.
It's definitely the kind where you can keep going. And that actually reminded me that I forgot, a true anthology. I forgot that I still haven't caught up on the VHS movies.
Yeah, I keep seeing that
there's the first one.
There's a new one coming out too, but there was VHS. There was like VHS 2, VHS Viral, VHS
There's like an 80s one, I think.
The new one is 85.
85.
But
VHS 85.
I think there was a 90s one too.
Oh, really?
I want to look it up, but yeah, those I really want to catch up on. I think I've actually seen most of them. Oh yeah, VHS. Nope, that's different. There's too many of them.
Different.
There's too many. But yeah, Trick or Treat's excellent. Keeper for sure. What else do we have?
I want to hear about The Host. That's one that's been out even longer that you haven't seen.
Yeah, so okay, before we get to that, there was VHS, VHS 2, VHS Viral, VHS 94, VHS 99, and then VHS 85.
What? There's that many?
There's that many. I knew they kept coming out.
Bananas.
They seem to all review all over the place.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I've seen 1, 2, and Viral.
And they were all good.
Viral was like okay, but that's the thing when you have a bunch of stories, even if like one story's not great, there are other ones to make it better.
Sure, yeah.
But yeah, so the host.
What'd you think?
Another one that's been a long time coming. It's sad. It's a sad movie.
It's pretty sad.
But so for those of you who don't know, Host, a Korean film, in which a family.
Yes, not the alien-centered film based on Stephanie Meyer's book.
No, it's no relation to that. Yeah. Which is funny because when you look up, there's like The Host, and I think the Stephanie Meyer one is also called
Host or The Host.
Something, but it kept popping up, and I'm like, why in the world are these both named the same?
Yeah.
But when you type in The Host on IMDb, the Stephanie Meyer one comes up. There's actually a couple that are called Host, but yeah. So this is a 2006 Korean, I would say horror-ish.
Yeah,
it's got a lot of thriller elements more than anything, but
it's like a Jaws. It's like a monster. Yeah, I think it's a monster movie.
Yeah, monster movie.
Although more drama. There's more drama.
Yeah, there's a lot of emotion in it that I was like, oh, I just want to see murder.
Yeah, right. I want the emotionless murder.
I don't want sad murder.
No.
But yeah, so it's about this family who is there, the epicenter when this creature comes out and starts attacking like everybody.
Yeah.
And one of the family members goes missing because of this creature, and they had to go and try to save this missing family member.
Yeah.
But shoot, man, it was a downer. It's good. It's really, really good.
Yeah.
The creature, I would say time has not been kind to it.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's fully CG. And it's cool. Like the things it does, it's cool, but it definitely it looks dated.
Don't they hold off on showing it to you for a long time too?
No. So when it first shows up, like when it attacks everybody, they show it a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
For some reason, I felt like they show you just like tentacles or something for a while.
There is like a little buildup where it's like over the years, it's getting bigger and bigger because of like how it came to be, which is cool. It shows you the origin. It's not just like, here's a monster.
That is cool. Yeah.
So yeah, but everybody was really great in it. I felt like the whole family, like all of the actors who played everybody in the family were really good. It's interesting because it's more than just the monster story. Like it's like a reflection on government and how they respond to or how they take advantage of crazy events. And really like, because it starts as time goes on, there's more conspiracy and more secrets revealed. So it's cool because there were more elements than just like the family trying to fight back against the creature.
Right. Yeah, I feel like it highlights a lot of the tragedy around the creature, whereas like a lot of monster movies are just like, how much destruction can they do?
Right. And it's like, oh no, my favorite character is being killed.
Yeah,
like,
right.
This, but it's not, it doesn't focus on stuff like that.
No, like the scene where, because there's also like there's a scene where a lot of families have had displaced family members.
Yes.
And they show people trying to find out whether or not they've lived.
Right.
Right? Am I remembering that right?
Yeah.
And that's a scene, especially because I remember being surprised at the way they show emotions.
The scene you're talking about in particular is they're like all into like this like little like refugee camp.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
The survivors.
It's like a shelter kind of thing.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of pictures of all these people that they like, you know, the government's claiming are probably dead,
Yeah.
MIA.
Right.
And yeah, that scene in particular is like, it's a little ridiculous, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, that's, I think like, you don't know how to bottle your emotions.
Sure.
Because all the family, they drop to the ground and they're yelling and like rolling on the ground. And
Yeah.
like, they're really, really like crazy about it.
And I remember that threw me off. And I was talking to someone, and I can't say this for sure, but I was talking to, so I don't know if this is legit or what, but they were like,
Dan.
they were like, in some cultures, people grieve differently. Like
Right.
they will legitimately respond to grief in a more physical manner.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, I hadn't really thought about that because it feels over the top.
It's
like,
it's like
and I've never seen anything like that.
no, even in a lot of the like Korean or like Asian films I've seen or whatever,
Yeah.
it is very surprising. It was surprising to see.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But you liked it, Keeper?
Yes, Keeper for sure. I thought it was super super cool.
Yeah.
A lot of cool like sub stories going on too throughout.
Mm-hmm.
Like of different characters being involved in different stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, the host is just it's worthy of all the hype everyone talks about.
Yeah. It's I still hear the name even all these years later.
Yep.
Going on 20 years.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
It's pretty nuts.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
Oh. Wow.
I guess that's all the movies. I don't know.
That's all I got for now. Anyways.
Yeah. Me too. For now.
Do you want to step into games for a minute?
You want to?
Yeah,
Let's
just
do
for
it.
a second.
Yeah.
Also, Purple Q Plays. Thank you so much for the raid. Apologies, we were in the middle of a segment there, but I hope your stream is incredible. And Brett, do you have
What?
anything nice to say to Purple?
I hope your stream is incredible.
He just stole what I said. Ah,
I thought it first.
yo, and Pandoro's here.
Oh, Pandoro.
Pandoro.
Oh, the Pandoro.
Ora Pandoro.
Oh, no. Pandoro.
Panda, I hope you're doing great. I hope you're doing good.
Pandoro.
It was fun, yes. Thank you. Hey, thank you.
Yes.
Thank us from you. Thank you from us.
There it is.
There we go. Hey. But yes. Were you doing a podcast as well? I'm doing all right. Not really been sleeping though. Pandoro, get some sleep. Get some sleep. Good nights. Good nights. You got some tea, Brett? What helps you fall asleep? I literally the worst
Serious?
person to ask.
I haven't
right
slept
now.
in a month.
Have you been trying anything to help you sleep?
Oh, dude. Everything.
Yeah.
Street drugs. No, you know what's super annoying is some things have helped for like a couple days, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, cool, I found the thing that'll work, and then I like am immune to it. And I tried.
Can you like jump around, like have one for a couple days and then try?
I tried
the
it.
other
It
thing?
doesn't
Yeah,
work. Like once like I had a muscle relaxer that was doing it, but now,
Mhm.
dude, a muscle relaxer is like, it's like being in what's the word? What's the thing where you're between heaven and hell?
Purgatory.
It's like purgatory.
Oh.
Because what will happen is I still wake up in pain, but a muscle relaxer makes you exhausted.
Mhm.
So instead of being able to like, sometimes if I wake up in pain, I'll just decide to wake up and like watch something.
Yeah.
You can't even do that because I'm literally like, I wake up and I hurt, but I'm like this because I'm on the muscle relaxer,
Yeah.
and then I'll pass out and then I'll wake up and I'll be like, and then I'll pass out and then, dude, nightmare.
That's terrible.
It's so bad. So I stopped taking those.
Mhm.
I've tried. I mean, I'm in a specific situation. Are we talking just like generally sleeping?
Just generally.
I was talking to some friends yesterday about how playing video games before I go to bed is usually dope because my brain does nothing but goes to the game.
Yeah.
And then when I decide to stop the game, I'm deciding to stop the game.
Mhm.
It's not like work where I have a certain amount, like I just have to do work until all the work's done.
Right.
Or I don't know, a conversation I had on the phone where I like think I said something stupid.
I wonder when that happened.
I don't know. No time recently for sure. What else? Sometimes I will. Do you ever watch something until you're about to pass out? Like you feel yourself dozing?
Yes. I don't do it intentionally.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to fall asleep while watching it and have
Yeah,
to
I'm the same.
rewatch it. But yeah, sometimes I'll do that when I start like falling asleep. I'm like, all right, time for bed.
Yeah, because that is a good time to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Because the worst is when you feel so tired you could go to sleep, but you can't.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're so tired you could go to sleep and you actually have the option to do it,
Yeah.
it's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful treat.
Can't imagine a more beautiful thing.
Sleep, what is that, right? You're playing a Nancy Drew game. Yo, I've always wanted to play those. They always look really fun.
Really?
Yeah, have you ever seen any of them?
No.
They're just like a classic point and click adventure, but they usually have pretty like complicated elements and crazy puzzles. It's like Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, those are fun.
Yeah. So, but they go way far back, like, early 90s, maybe even 80s. Been going to sleep at like 10 p.m., then waking up at 2 p.m. the next day, or just not being able to sleep at all. Going to 10 p.m. So you're either getting super sleep or no sleep. Am I reading that right? 10 p.m. and then to 2 p.m. Because that's like, how many hours is that? 14?
A
lot of hours. So you're getting super sleep or no sleep. That's bizarre. I wonder why that's happening. Do you set alarms? Because I used to either I would oversleep a lot, where I would sleep way later than I need to. So I now I set alarms all the time to wake me up. But I also would get like this strange sleep paralysis where I would wake up but couldn't move. But if I have my alarm, it gets me up, it gets me moving. So not that you have sleep paralysis, but alarms might be the trick to keep you awake. The things you smash when they make noise.
Those are the ones.
Alarms are not friends, but it might help you at least.
Alarms are not friends.
They're not friends, but it might get you at least to a good point of waking up, getting used to waking up. Watching a movie, falling asleep, someone turning it off, and you're like, no, I was watching that. Wait a minute. Bobo. All right, so we're gonna wrap up the podcast. We're gonna jump into our last segment. So, we if you don't know, I got rid of the message because I'm stupid. I'll bring it back eventually. But we don't read chat while we're doing it because we're dumb. But we'll be right back after we finish because I just have one thing to talk about in games.
Okay.
Maybe two.
I haven't played anything new.
No,
I haven't been able to play
because your hands
sucks, dude. This is actually the first time I tried in a while, and I can't play Resident Evil with one hand.
Nah, the numbness sneaking in.
Yeah. We haven't been in games for a minute. What do you got?
Okay, so I talked about it. I believe I talked about it last week, but there is a new Skull Island King Kong game.
Oh yeah, you told me it was coming out.
It was coming out.
It's out?
Came out. Wow.
It's so good.
It is the worst game ever.
How can it be so bad?
So there's a clip going around where there's a cutscene.
Oh no!
Where
it's already been memed,
dude.
It's been out for 40 minutes.
People are already considering it the worst game of the year. It is like unanimously agreed.
Oh no!
So the cutscene in question is Kong is about to fight this like big raptor monster guy.
Okay.
And so it's Kong and his like face lights up. He looks awful, by the way. The graphics in it are really bad.
It's a cutscene, you said.
It's a cutscene.
Okay.
Yeah. So his eyes like open up real wide.
Those
and
usually look the best.
Yeah, I know, right? That's what you need to look good. And so the like raptor like drops on, and King Kong like is like he gets angry and yells at it, and then the screen moves to the raptor again. But all they did was copy and paste a picture, literally in the game, of the raptor creature, and it made the sound effect. I'll have to show you because it legit looks like someone just put a picture over the screen at the time.
That sounds so bad I can't even picture it.
No, right. It's like, it's so weird to explain, but it's Kong. It's literally within the game, and it's Kong looking straight on, like your shoulder, you're over his shoulder, and you can tell the picture was like, it's like angled, and the monster's like yelling, but it's literally a screenshot.
Why would they cut that big of a corner?
I have no idea, but it's so distractingly clear.
Yeah.
But he's already, like, earlier in the cutscene, they show him move and you fight him, obviously. So it's not like they don't have the animation of him there. He's literally there.
Maxed out the budget right before that cutscene.
That was like, we can't do anything else.
Just call it there.
So yeah, but gameplay looks rough. Game runs maybe at 10 frames a second. Like it is. Wow. It's very bad.
And do you play as Kong?
You do. Yep. It's a young Kong. It takes place when he's younger and he's learning to be the king. So it's a shame. I'm not surprised, but
I guess me neither. Like I barely knew it was gonna come out.
Yeah.
So did you play it?
I haven't. It's $40.
Oh, it's not on Game Pass.
No.
Oh.
I would if it's on Game Pass.
Yeah, I thought
it will be
give it a shot, but
it will be because it's so bad. But
dude, I cannot wait to watch.
I'll show you the scene after.
Yeah,
the
I gotta see that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, there's it's just disgusting. Nothing will save it. Not even Sonic music.
Would you buy it for $40 if you found out it had a Sonic soundtrack?
Not.
What if they were like, okay, there's a whole new Sonic soundtrack.
Yeah.
That was gonna be on the next Sonic game, but instead the developers of Skull Island bought it from us. So the only way you can hear this new Sonic full soundtrack is to pay the $40. I guess the real question here is, would you spend $40 and maybe 12 hours is my guess? Because you're gonna have to play the game. You can't just put it in.
Well, if it has a Sonic soundtrack, I'd probably do it for Sonic Sunday, and it'd be good streaming content.
Shoot. Yeah, that is good.
I think because it's so bad anyways. But if I wasn't streaming no, I just listened to it on YouTube. You're telling me not a single person would put it on YouTube?
The developers, the reason they couldn't finish that cutscene with the raptor, they spent all their budget on exclusive rights to that soundtrack, and they're never putting it anywhere except in the game.
That's it. They can't. If anybody does it, they get DMCA'd or whatever.
You should have a huge redemption to buy that game. In your stream. People can
be like the Kong.
Buy and play Skull Island right now,
God.
and they can redeem it multiple times.
Oh,
so when you already own it, you just have to stop whatever you're doing and play the game.
Just have it set up and be like, "Oh, we're back to Kong."
That's so funny.
Oh, that's messed up.
That's crazy.
But yeah, so it looks trash.
Yeah.
But you know what isn't trash?
What?
Splatterhouse.
Yeah.
I played that today.
Yeah.
And it's great.
I've always wanted to play it.
Mm-hmm.
What console was the first game on?
TurboGrafx 16.
Of course. And then it moved to Sega?
And then it moved to the Sega Genesis. Yeah. Okay. So the first one is pretty tricky to get nowadays.
Yeah.
Because no one bought the TurboGrafx when it came out.
Right.
It's very expensive now. And to my knowledge, I don't think it's been re-released anywhere. I think you can play it. Right. I think the only way you can play it is the Xbox 360 version of Splatterhouse. The like 3D game, the remake. I believe it has all 3 games on it.
That's cool.
And when you beat it on certain difficulties, you'll unlock the game.
You get those games.
Yeah, that's or you can buy it in like a shop or whatever. But
that's a cool way to play it.
Yeah, so I think that's why that game goes for some money, because you can play the games that way.
Yeah.
And there might have been a collection at some point in the past, but
I don't think so.
I don't either. Yeah.
But it's good. It's fun to play.
So yeah, the first game was a treat. Yeah. It was violent. It was graphically, it looked really good.
Cool.
Came out in 1990.
Nice.
Gameplay was solid. Music was solid. It was all like it's a nice treat.
Yeah.
Little tough, little tricky. Yeah. You only get 5 continues. Okay. You get, I think, 2 lives per continue.
Wow.
So yeah, it's not it's brutal.
Dude, games were so hard.
They were so hard. But yeah, cool bosses. I started the second one. Quite the downgrade.
Okay, so I saw you playing the second one.
Yeah.
And I assumed the second one's not as good as the first one.
Playing them back to back, there is definitely a clear quality difference, I feel like.
Hey, that's weird.
I don't know if the Genesis was weaker than the TurboGrafx, or the PC Engine is another name for it, but yeah, visually it's fine. Like it's all still there.
Yeah,
like it's definitely Splatterhouse. You still get the same level of like violence and stuff like that, and some parts are cool. But his movement's way more stiff.
Yeah, it felt hella stiff. I played it for a minute.
Yeah, the boss we were fighting was freaking ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like it feels a little more stiff. It feels like not as like his hits aren't as quick. And that falls in the stiffness too. Yeah, it just didn't feel as good. And the enemy placements and attacks are way more annoying.
Yeah.
In the first one, most of them were just like you just punch them out of the way and you just go through the levels. And they would only really hurt you if you like messed up or weren't paying attention.
Yeah.
Where in the second one, I feel like it's kind of cheap.
Yeah.
Like there's some points where you won't know you'll get damaged, or like an enemy will fly across the screen and you won't know until you get there. So then you have to remember next time you run the
level.
A little bit of pattern remembering, a little bit of timing, like, and some of it's a skill, some of it's just annoying.
Annoying. Yeah. It was like indiscernible back then. You're like, do I suck at this, or is this just the cruelest thing ever?
Is it just bad? Yeah. Well, who's bad here?
Right. This is someone's fault.
Yeah. So first one, definitely a keeper. Second one, I haven't finished yet, so I don't know if it's fair to say keeper or sleeper. Sure. It is it's a tentative sleeper for now.
Really?
Only because the first one feels so much better.
So you might recommend playing the first one and then potentially skipping.
Potentially.
If 3 is good.
If 3 is good. Yeah. Right, I gotta see how 3 is. If not, it's still strong. Like I've definitely played a lot worse.
Sure, yeah.
But it was cool, and I'm glad to start my journey.
Yeah. That's cool. I've always wanted to play through those.
Yep.
Try to get my hands on the 360 one, and I couldn't find it last time I looked.
Yeah,
but
it's a little tough to find and a little expensive
a little
now.
pricey.
I think it's up to $70 or $80 now.
That makes me want to get it because
Yeah.
it'll go
Even
higher
more.
than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did have it at one point, but
Yeah.
I got rid of it like a fool.
Cool. I was thinking the other day how it's been driving me crazy that I can't play video games because I'm in the middle of so many good games.
What are you playing?
I stopped in the middle of Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Oh, geez.
Yep. I'm probably 3 hours into that. I'm about 2 hours into Dead Space 3.
Oh my god.
I am 6 hours into Resident Evil 7. And then I forgot because I haven't played it forever, but I'm 8 missions into Manhunt.
Oh my god.
And I'm 2 hours into Silent Hill. And
Dude.
I've of course played Silent Hill before. I mean, some of you might not know, of course, but most people know, of course. But I'm dying. All of October is almost gone.
Yep.
And it just makes me so sad because I haven't been able to play any games because I don't even want to say it again because you guys have heard me say it a million times. But I'm just hoping I can get it resolved soon because I look and I'm like, I want to play.
Yep.
And today, like I said, was the first time I tried when I played Splatterhouse with you. And I was like, nope, my hand immediately went numb. I can't.
That's so weird that the position it's in.
It's because of the way I think when I go like this, I can feel it now. The tendon it gets tighter here. So that's when it gets crushed. And I have to go like that. And then it frees up. And brutal, man. Sheer brutal.
Yeah, I really hope you get it resolved soon because it just sucks.
I'm passing away.
No, Brett, not allowed.
What'd you say?
What?
Oh, not allowed.
Not allowed. Not allowed, Brett.
Dude, we have to make our list tonight. I didn't realize how quickly.
I know everything's coming up real fast.
Holy bananas. Are we gonna wrap there?
Yeah, I think that was it.
Listen, you guys are the coolest. Thank you for hanging out with us. For the stream, I apologize for the long intermission earlier, but I'm glad Tim had a cookbook to read through.
Yeah, it was a great time.
This has been episode number 263. Again, if you want to be involved in the 5th annual October special and enter for the giveaway, find us on Instagram at the Keep Up Podcast.
Almost forgot the name.
I almost said my personal Instagram. It's weird.
Not yet.
The Keep Up Podcast on TikTok and Instagram. That's where you can enter, comment your suggestions for that episode on our promo. You can't miss it. Tim's dressed like a condiment. And you can also find us on YouTube at the Keep Up Podcast, like I mentioned earlier, and patreon.com/the Keep Up for some food challenges, bonus podcast every month, some merch. You can call us. All kinds of fun stuff on there.
Yeah, lots of cool
on the
things.
podcast. And again, we stream. Follow Tim at Collection Revolution on Twitch. Streams full time and his internet's working again.
Yeah.
Where else can they find you, Tim?
You guys can find me on Instagram, on TikTok, on wherever else places exist at Collection Revolution. And you can also find me on X at Collect Revo.
Yeah, dude.
Because I can't fit Collection Revolution there.
So rude.
You know? I actually got an invite to Blue Sky the other day.
What the hell's that?
It's a Twitter alternative from ex-developers of Twitter who quit after Elon Stinky Butt took over.
It's so confusing when you said ex-developers. I thought you meant developers of X. You mean previous Twitter developers that no longer work with them?
Ex-Twitter developer.
I quit, dude. I can't even talk about social media without getting angry.
Yeah, but you need a specific invite to get on it.
And you got one?
Yeah, but there's no one on it. Because you need an invite to get on it.
You should go now, and then maybe you'll be like the premier creator.
The premier gamer creator.
Yeah.
That's smart. Because right now it's just all politics.
Yeah.
But Brett, where can everyone find you?
First, everyone in the chat drop some words for Tim to do end babble here in a minute. You can find me at This Drink I Like It on Instagram. That is my personal. You're welcome to message me and hang out there with me. But there's also a link tree that has links to all my other stuff. So you can find my other podcasts, my streaming, music stuff. It's all right there, so follow whatever you fancy.
Follow me.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us.
Yeah.
Something in the city.
I'll make it through.
Follow me.
Good enough. Oh, yeah.
What's he say?
No, that's it. He just says it in a different way. Follow me.
He does?
Yeah.
I thought it was a fast one.
That one works too. Yeah, it shows up later. It's not where I was, but
well, how am I supposed to know?
you don't know. That's the thing. Our brother telepathy only works sometimes.
Mine's not working right.
No, it's
I'm
a little
sorry.
off. It's okay.
I apologize. Tim, your theme for End Babel is going to be
I'm ready.
Evil nacho cheese tattoo.
Okay.
Greatly appreciate you guys. You're the best. We will see you next week.
Next week.
And okay, I love you. Good night. Bye.
Night stalks upon thee. Your hunger begins. Your tum-tum goes grumble, grumble. Your body says, no, I can't eat. I'm 700 pounds overweight. And you say, too bad, body, I must eat. And you open your cabinets, and there's nothing. You open your fridge, there is nothing. You open your oven, there's only dust bunnies. So you look at your arm, and you see, long ago in your youth, you used to love these things called nachos. And so on your body, you put a nacho cheese tortilla chip tattoo on your body. And because you're so hungry, you will remove your skin, tattoo and all, and throw it in the microwave. Your skin begins to bubble. Bubble faster than the sun boiling your favorite Teletubby. The microwave rings, and you open the door to find your skin in a perfectly cheesy nacho state. And so you slurp up your tattoo, and dinner was served to you on this evening. And so I'll leave you with this. Don't cook your tattoos. I honestly don't know what's going to happen, but it'll probably make you a cannibal. Now, if you eat yourself, are you a cannibal? I don't know. Figure it out yourself. Thank you. Thanks for the sound effects.
Like my microwave noise?
It really added to the whole story.
It was either the food was ready or a truck was backing up.
My favorite combination. Let's see. It's most likely to do with the change of seasons. It's really cold and rainy and dark, which I feel like would be the best time to sleep. Maybe I'm crazy.
When?
Cold, rainy, and dark?
Oh, yeah, dude.
That's sleep perfection. Waiting for those games to have a deadline on Game Pass, so you got to rush them on stream again.
I know. I just sorted all my Alien videos so that I can post them on
dude, that was fun.
YouTube. Yeah, it was funny.
I didn't expect to keep up podcast to advocate for eating your own skin. I'm just saying, if you do eat your own skin,
you never know what you're gonna get.
You never know what you're gonna get, is what Brett said. That's where he was going with that. You never know. But yeah, I guess that's it for us. Wrap it up. I'm gonna go make some nachos, I think.
Are you?
I don't know about you, but I'm hungry.
Sounds great.
That story at the end made me hungry.
That'll do it. That doesn't make you hungry. I don't know what will. Yeah, while you're making nachos, I'll go through our list so we can
figure out. Yep.
Yeah.
So thank you everybody for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you for being your fit blast. He's just shocked. Ooh. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for being incredible. So I'll be back tomorrow with, what am I playing tomorrow? Fran Bow. Yeah. Supposed to be a creepy critter, crunchy carpet crunch.
Very alliterative.
Yeah, thank you. That's what I am. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. Brett and I will be back next week for the October special.
Yes, sir.
Brett, I'm gonna need you to wear a costume.
Ooh, I can do that.
If you need one, let me know. I have a bunch, but
that might be fun.
Yeah.
Dude, Rage came up with the best duo costume idea today.
I
can't wait.
What is it?
I can't say it while Blast is here.
It's true. Blast is listening. All the C's. But Blast, I hope you have a wonderful night. Whoever else is hanging out here, I hope you all also have an incredible night. We have good numbers here, so people are listening.
Love you guys.
Thanks, guys. You rock. And we're gonna raid on out. Let's see who's up. Get out of here. Shut up, ad block. What are you doing? Let's see who's on. Who's on? Let us raid into Lexi. Lexi's on. Let's go raid into Alexi and say, hey, child, it's me, your child. I don't know what I'm saying. Have a good night. Well, got an ad right at the end. No! Hold on, all right. No, oh, I'm not typing. I must type, please. No! Thanks, I can't type. No! Thank you, pizza. Thanks for the raid. By the time I finish typing, it'll probably be over. The Hanks for the raid. Podcast. Pizza says podcast longer. All right, Brett.
Oh shoot, pizza.
I know, pizza. It's because we ended.
Yeah, that's why.
Pizza, I hope your night's going well. You inspired me.
Pizza.
You inspired me to get chicken for lunch today.
You got chicken upstairs?
I know. What? No. Brett's eating my chicken. No. Look, this is what you've done to me, pizza. Who are you rating into? Lexi. Rockstar. Yeah. She doesn't come up in like the top people. She's got 1 million followers. Anyways, I hope it was good chicken. It was. Yo, Purple, welcome back again. Thank you for the raid earlier. I hope your night goes wonderfully. Get some chicken. Chicken's a good thing to have right now. Because I'm gonna go eat since I've been streaming for a while. I know it only says 1 hour 45 minutes, but I was on earlier today. Don't worry about it. But yeah, you all rock. Let's go be crazy for Lexi, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Pietro says goodbye.